The secret to unlocking true beauty, signature style, and a powerful mindset is a little sprinkle of glamour magic. I'm Emily Parr, and welcome to Glamour Magick Makeover. I am currently on my way to go sit down with Corrie and begin her Glamour Magick Makeover, and this is going to be so fun, so come along with me. Hey. Welcome to the first episode of Glamour Magick Makeover. I'm here with Corrie. Welcome. I'm so excited to get started today with you.
I am a local astrologer and minister, and I'm going through a very profound transit that affects my personal presentation. I've struggled for many years with curating a wardrobe that really reflects who I am and works for what I do and presents me in a way that feels powerful and feels a match to who I want to be in the world. So after my divorce, I feel like I went through like a renaissance in my appearance and in my sense of how attractive I was. I was never like a pretty girl growing up at all. That's kind of, 8-9 years ago, and it's done, and I don't feel the same, I don't look the same, and I'm struggling with it. And I've had some moments where I'm like, okay, I had my renaissance and got to feel pretty and attractive for a while, and now I'm kind of not feeling it as much. I am a wedding officiant, and I'm also an entrepreneur, so I'm marketing my services. I need to go on camera and I need to go on stage and conduct a wedding ceremony. I'm on photos a lot. I don't know what my personal style is right now.
And that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
We are going to figure that out.
Yes. It's often at a season change or at a job change, a company change. At these moments, I would just make like large bulk purchases and just get a bunch of stuff and try it on and make it work for the sales job. Then I would have my ministry things, so I need to be dressed a certain way for a wedding, obviously for a funeral.
There's a little bit of clutter in terms of identity and how it works in your practical day-to-day life, and also in terms of your personal expression.
Yes.
So we are going to put together 3 looks. We're going to put together something that's appropriate for daytime and for work, something that's appropriate for a night and like going out and feeling your best, and then we'll also put together something that is kind of in between the two.
Okay. Yes, I'm not doing too many glamour night outs. It would be fun.
We're
to
manifesting
dress like
it.
that.
What colors are you drawn to?
I'm drawn a lot to blue.
And we're going to do a color analysis as well, figure out what color palette, what color season you're in, so that those colors can best reflect skin tone, hair color, and it can all be very seamless.
I do really also like timeless, classic, like silhouette. I like to have the waist highlighted. So I want to project more authority. So I'm going for like mystic with depth, elevated astrologer, sophistication, intelligence. I want to feel powerful and confident. More of like that grounded, earthy priestess.
More of an ethereal aura to the sophistication and structure that we create.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe what we're missing right now in your wardrobe currently, and we'll go through what you have. Adding that ethereal element will come from all of the internal work and also from finding a signature pieces that are unique to you. One of the most important things to me when I think about style is function and practicality. Looking good is an element of that, but we really want to make sure that the clothes actually make sense for where you're going and what you're doing.
Really know how to pair what I have with each other. My funeral celebrant clothing, but sometimes I lean on it and I don't feel that great in black. My undergarments are not really quality. They're not really flattering me. So I don't have a lot of awesome undergarments. So I notice that I'm dressing sometimes to just accommodate whatever the cut of the bra is.
I love that you mentioned that, because that's a lost art in today's world, is actually incorporating your undergarments and your lingerie as the base of building a good look. If you don't have the right undergarments, you could take a beautiful dress and it could look awful on. To me, glamour and Glamour Magic has a lot to do with radiance and has a lot to do with just being your fullest, most comfortable self.
I do feel very comfortable when I'm in more of that kind of 1950s defined waist, polished hair. That feels lovely to me, and I'm able to feel radiant.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, so here we have Corrie's clothes that we are going to be purging and deciding what is in alignment with her most glamorous, powerful, desirable, radiant new self that she's stepping into. So we've got a lot here. I'm seeing a lot of blues and a lot of greens. But what I'm seeing is a lot of darker colors, and you're definitely not a winter palette. I don't see you as being high contrast, and I think that some of these colors could be overpowering for you. This is an especially great piece, especially in terms of color. I think that grays can work on you. Again, I think that this might be a little bit too dark in terms of it leaning towards a jewel tone side. If we go a little bit lighter with the gray, like a heather gray, that might bring out your eyes more. But this is a really good style in terms of wearing it dressed down or dressed up. So practicality, I would keep this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to hear you say that.
In order to really see your true radiant self, we need to actually go into the lighter colors.
I agree.
Pastels is what I see.
Yes. Okay.
That top is better. So the cream is better for you than a pure white. Yeah, and I like the sleeve. I think the sleeve is definitely on par with the decade, 60s and 70s, structured, feminine, beautiful. I wouldn't do those two browns together. It's not exactly monochromatic. So the key thing with the monochrome is that we want it to be as close to the same colors as possible. This is a no.
Okay.
Not for you, but I think that the bodysuit could work. I think being form-fitting on the top and having a beautiful skirt, still the right idea, just not the right style. I think a square neck is not going to look quite right.
It needs to be softer for me, right?
Softer, rounder.
Yeah. So I'm going to be brutally honest. I feel like it's boxy. It doesn't show my waist.
Okay.
And I also feel like the color of white makes my teeth look more yellowy.
Let's give it a try. Let's try this one on. Because this is one of the only pieces that you have that is closer to your color palette. So let's see what's working and how we can make it a little bit better. Because it doesn't have a button here, that's where we're losing the shape. So I think if we're gonna find a blazer that works really well for you, we're gonna try to find something with a button here. We want the sleeves to be a little bit longer. Even myself today, this is too short on the sleeves. Typically we want the sleeve to be about here. So just a tiny bit past the wrist, so that when you raise your arms and move, it's still covering everything. I think that this immediately brightens you up. Don't you feel like it's a little bit lighter?
It. I tried to wear a black outfit the other day, and I was about to go out the door, and then I just couldn't do it and took it off and just put something more colorful on. So here is a shirt I recently found thrifting, and I love this shirt. I'm not sure what you're thinking, but I wore it with a jean skirt.
So what is great about this is this exact blue. This blue is perfect for you. This is the right blue for you.
Okay, maybe that's why I got compliments.
Yeah. And because it's the closest to your eyes, when you have it on the neckline, it draws right to the eye. This is doing you no favors on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hold up the salmon pink part to your face, if you fold it, and just bring it up to your face. And that would wash you out.
What about this?
And bringing in the raspberry, that's more like it. So like the raspberry pink, the light blue, even the baby yellow, bring the baby yellow up. I feel like this is also a beautiful yellow for you. Yeah, so you were right in terms of finding some of the colors that suit you, but I think the overall design, it's a little juvenile.
Yeah.
It's a little bit juvenile.
See, this is where I go in my comfort zone. It's the fun, juvenile, punky Brewster.
Yeah, we're going to try to find a top that suits your everyday, that brings out one of these colors, and can still feel light and childlike in your spirit, but isn't juvenile in style.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I want to move away from feeling childlike and innocent.
Yeah. We're stepping into womanhood and power and authority. Like,
yeah,
there can still be the childlike essence in the playfulness of it. And the playfulness can come in terms of the silhouette rather than in textures like that.
Okay, it's the texture that makes
It's
that
the
childish.
texture.
Okay.
So actually, let's see it one more time. One more time. So here's why I say this. What are we wearing underneath it?
A bra covered, so I wore that blue tank top underneath it. So a very tight fitted, sleek, light colored thing.
Like an undershirt.
Like an undershirt kind of.
And who wears undershirts?
I'm not sure.
Children.
Okay.
Ladies wear bras. While we're waiting for Corrie, this is a piece that I really highly recommend that everybody has in their wardrobe, is a beautiful blouse in something that is going to match a lot of colors. So a neutral color blouse that's going to go with a lot of different things that you can style up or style down. We've got some good bones here for how she's going to get dressed in the morning for when we pick out new pieces that better suit her.
With a belt. It looks good on me.
You're gonna look like a potato sack.
I wear it with this kind of a belt.
I don't think that belting a potato sack is gonna do much. I think we could do better. But
For
what I
this-
like about this is this type of Peter Pan collar is gonna look great.
The color
Yeah.
looks really good.
The burlap,
Okay, so
that's what potato sacks are made out of. So we're gonna toss that, but we're gonna find something that's similar to it.
Okay.
And then we'll upgrade it. People used to literally make everything that they could out of the potato sack when resources were low. So when resources are low, we go for the potato sack dress. When we have a little bit more resources to invest in ourselves, we go for a better quality fabric. So we have purged your closet. We've looked at what's working and what isn't. How do you feel right now?
I feel lighter. I feel clearer. I feel so grateful. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad to be here. And I already feel like there's a transformation even with what you're wearing right now. There's a lighter vibe. Let's start with what we're releasing mindset-wise that came up for you emotionally when you're looking at the clothes and getting rid of it. What's like the first thing that comes to mind?
Feeling like I have to wear the dark colors to be taken seriously. The light authority is what I'm embracing, and going more with what just feels good for me and what helps me feel grounded in what I need to do.
Some of what we discussed was also finding that grounding elements in your wardrobe, certain pieces that are going to balance the light colors and the light authority, so that all it takes is a little bit of a look to stay in your authority, a little bit of a wink, a little bit of a shift in your presence and your posture, so that the clothes don't wear you and instead you are really wearing the clothes. Writing down what we're releasing. So this is going to be our first step of the Glamour Magick part of this ritual and this makeover. The underlying theme there is not sacrificing yourself anymore, not dimming your light, really making sure that the light is seen and that you're not covering it and using your clothes as an armor. The over-sacrificing and extending can also look like holding on to the items that you know aren't really working anymore, that don't fit right, or that may be pilling, or maybe has a certain element that feels worn or dated. It doesn't really fully match the person that you're becoming now.
Past identities.
Projections as well. That's a big one. I think the biggest thing that causes women to use their clothes as an armor is taking on the projections of others and internalizing them and then hiding in the clothes.
Not just end up rushing and just throwing together, and then rushing out the door.
Yeah. Being really intentional about structured pieces, basics, things that are going to make your wardrobe easier and work for you rather than against you is going to make the process a lot lighter. It's going to be more fun. It's going to flow so that you can flow in the ways that you need to, so that it doesn't take you more than 10 minutes to put together an outfit. Because it really shouldn't take you longer than that. A signature color. What would you say that is?
Blue.
Powder blue.
Yeah, like a powdery blue.
And this is really key in terms of a Glamour Magick makeover, is figuring out your archetype. And you specifically said that you resonate with Glinda the Good. The Wizard of Oz version. We have to be very clear because there's been many versions. So powder blue, first of all, very Glinda, very perfect for her. Now, in terms of a structure for your like everyday go-to look that you don't have to think about, I think what's going to be best for you is some form of a flare or bell-bottom jean or pant. We talked about pleated skirts, maxi skirts, in a lighter color. In terms of jewelry, we'll look for things that are basic, layered with things that are very specific and unique. So the last step is really taking a look at what the routine and the actionable steps are going to be to step into this rebirth, this higher version of yourself. There is this fiery independence at the core that you're rediscovering, and I think part of the routine now is taking a look at how you can implement your creative expression back into your routine as self-care.
Totally, and into the wardrobe.
You need a skirt that you can kind of swish and twirl in a little bit.
Spin around.
Spin around, do a twirl. Let's shift gears and talk about routine in a little bit more detail. And we're going to be a little bit meditative. So let's ground our feet and take a second. And we're going to really visualize what your higher self looks like. Imagine waking up in the morning and your eyes open and the sunlight pours in. What is the first thing you want to feel?
Love and gratitude.
Beautiful. And as you get ready and you go to the bathroom and you're starting to put yourself together, you're starting to do your face and your hair, how do you want to feel?
Unrushed. I want to feel flowing and sensual and spacious, like I have time.
How do you want to feel during the process of getting ready?
I want to feel delighted. I want to feel creative. I want to feel like I'm having fun. I want to feel lighthearted, unpressured, like I can try things.
And how do you want to feel when the look is complete?
I want to feel confident, polished, satisfied.
Now, can you take a moment to feel those feelings? Imagine it yourself. Your hair is polished, makeup is clean, it's elevated, you've got beautiful new pieces in your wardrobe. You're thinking of yourself differently. You're thinking of yourself as this confident, powerful woman that's in her authority, but that is light, that's sassy, that's fierce, that's fiery. Imagining yourself, how does it feel overall?
It feels different. It feels really good. Definitely expansive. It feels joyful.
Good. Okay. Now open your eyes and come back to the room whenever you're ready. So you've seen her. You know her. You know how it's going to feel in your body.
I've felt her for
Good.
sure. I feel it.
So a part of your routine can be adding in a satin bonnet and waking up and keeping it on while you're doing your makeup, keeping all the thoughts internal, grounded, and then we'll add in some music that's going to feel feisty and empowering, like the show tunes and the jazzy vibe and some of the more some of the movie soundtracks that speak to you that will really get your Leo rising fired up and ready.
I love this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at night, you can start to listen to some of that ethereal music to kind of shut things off, go into the subconscious, really ground your energy once again, maybe even using some incense and setting an intention with that specific incense. So the rose is going to be your symbol for this Glamour Magick Makeover. This is you, this is your becoming, your blossoming, and each petal represents the keywords that you're integrating into your new system.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for the next steps and to start implementing this routine. And then the next time that we see each other, we're gonna go shopping.
Perfect.
So excited to shop.
Yeah.
Start to get some pieces back in your wardrobe because I left you with I feel like I didn't leave you with very much.
Yeah, that was a big pile of giveaways.
Yeah.
I'll do some research too.
Start shopping, get the credit cards out. We are here at the mall, ready to start Corrie's style transformation. Today we're going to be looking specifically for basics that Corrie can add to her wardrobe. She's missing a lot of staple items that I think are going to really help make getting dressed in the morning much easier and more efficient. So let's go. For our shopping day together, I had Corrie pull 3 looks that she was drawn to, and then I pulled 3 looks for her, and we focused on refining her taste. We focused on finding colors that are in her palette, silhouettes that flatter her body, high quality fabrics that will last her in her wardrobe and that will make sense on a practical day-to-day level. All right, this is how we're going to determine whether it is a keep or whether it is a leave behind. Take your hands to your sacral and close your eyes and take a really deep breath in and a deep breath out, grounding your energy, and then flash your eyes open and tell me hell yes or hell no. Hell no. Okay, hell no. Toss it. On our first shopping day, we didn't quite find what we were looking for, so separately, I went and pulled casual daytime looks, as well as work-appropriate looks and outfits that Corrie could wear on a glamorous night out. I couldn't wait for Corrie to see what I picked. But before trying on her new clothes, Corrie learned that magic is in the makeup, and she got a makeup lesson at MAC Cosmetics with none other than the super talented Alexis Setinas.
So, tell me a little bit about your current makeup routine.
I do my skincare. I've been using just drugstore products, concealer, and then a beauty balm. I use some blush. I use a little bit of white eyeshadow under my brow and in the corners, and some black mascara. I don't do any eyeliner usually. And then I do lip gloss.
What I'm hearing is you typically do a pretty simple base. You just like your skin to look refreshed, and then you play up the eyes a little bit and add a gloss. How much time do you typically have to get ready in the morning, or how much time are you willing to have to get ready in the morning?
I think 20 minutes would be ideal.
Perfect. Okay, 20 minutes it is. I think we would definitely be able to find you a routine that is 20 minutes, no funny business, highlights your best features, but something that's a little bit more complementary to your eye color, your hair color, but gets you feeling ready to go, whether you're talking to a big crowd of people or you're just having a more slow kind of day, but you still want to channel that you energy. I think we can definitely do that for you today. Great. So when we think of colors that suit us best, typically we want to think complementary colors, because in terms of color theory, those are the ones that are going to make our best features look even more vivid. So with your eyes have a beautiful blue tone to them. And on the color wheel here, that complementary color are oranges. So that could be a variation of like a peach, or like some warmer brown tones. That's going to make your eyes really pop with low effort, but it's going to have a nice high impact as well.
I'm not a huge fan of orange, and Emily has been steering me more towards soft, cooler neutrals.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, like we don't have to go straight into an intense orange at all. It's just a suggestion with an undertone. So I think when we think soft summer, we think of like a soft kind of bronze moment, and that would definitely fall into that category of orange, but not pumpkin Halloween orange, to really bring your eyes out, and with a nice like peachy pink soft bronze lip. I know you like your gloss. That would also make your eyes pop as well, but it wouldn't look out of place or out of your comfort zone. So in terms of textures on the skin, how do you like your skin to look and feel in terms of the finish?
I like it to look more natural and radiant and dewy. I'm not a huge fan of a matte powdery look for myself.
In terms of the texture on your lips, you said you like gloss, and then you also like lipstick. Did you want your lipstick to have a specific kind of finish to it?
I like it creamy.
Okay.
I'm not really into sparkles on the lips at this point.
Yeah. No sparkles. Would you do a matte?
I'd try it. I'll take your recommendation.
Okay, yeah, for sure. In terms of color theory, you don't just have to stick with the complementary tone. I think you could also get away with something that's more like soft, mauvey pink. For example, there's this lipstick color here. It's creamy. It's a luster glass texture. It's called Syrup, and it's got that beautiful pinky mauve tone, and I love using this on clients with blue or green eyes. It makes them pop as well, and I think it really suits your soft kind of summer aesthetic vibe we're going for. A red that looks beautiful on so many different undertones and skin tones is actually Viva Heart. This is a maximal matte texture, so it's going to be creamy, but it's going to have that nice matte finish, and it's not going to have that orange undertone that could lean your teeth a little bit yellow. It's going to make your teeth look nice and bright, especially when you're talking to a big crowd of people. You won't look yellow. And if we did want to play into that true complementary color vibe, the shade Sellout would be the perfect one because it's got that peachy pink tone. So now that we've tried a few different lipstick shades, I'm thinking I'll grab your products now for your routine. I'll grab you some skin prep, that way your makeup looks and feels good all day. I'll grab you a nice skin tint so it's super easy and it'll give you that glow. And then a little something for the eyes to give you definition without doing something that's going to take too long. And then we'll choose which lip color we want to do.
Ready as the officiant, it's really hard to get a good photo because you're like talking and projecting and like taking pictures of you with your mouth open.
It's the whole thing.
If I can just like look good otherwise, that's good.
Yes, absolutely. No, it'll last you all day. You'll be able to do it in 20 minutes. You'll understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. It'll be good for any setting that you're put in. Like this will be your, okay, I'm ready for the day no matter what life throws at me kind of routine. I'm gonna start by prepping with the Hyper Real Serumizer. This over here is designed to be worn with makeup and without makeup. It's actually got a really interesting list of few ingredients. So we've got ceramides, Japanese peony extract, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide. So all of those are called the Pro4 Power Infusion Matrix, and they're designed to balance the skin, provide hydration, smooth the skin tone immediately and over time, and strengthen the skin barrier. But it's gonna absorb really nice and quickly, so it won't ruin the way that your makeup goes on. And you're gonna notice your skin just looks like you left a spa once you use this. So now that we've prepped your skin, I like to work on prepping the eyes. This is the 24-hour extended eye base. It's a clear product, and you really only need like this much, maybe even a little less. You can put that on like your ring finger and just kind of divide it up and then put it all over your eyelid. But what this is going to do, it's going to make sure that your mascara doesn't transfer because it prevents oil from coming through the eyelid. Therefore, your eyeshadow will also stay in place all day as well, and it won't crease. So you'll be photo ready and life ready. And just up to the brow bone, that way there's no harsh line where we want to blend the eyeshadow, skipping over a line of demarcation. Now, because you really want that glow that lasts all day, I think the Strobe Dewy Skin Tint is going to be the best option for you. This one is a tinted moisturizer that provides just a little bit of coverage. You can put it on with your fingers or with a brush, depending on how much coverage you want. And it's going to leave that pearlescent glow. I like using the 170S brush. This one over here is nice and dense. I just make sure to coat the whole entire brush with product, which might seem like a lot, but what you're doing is you're priming the brush. So you're not getting dots all over your face. You're gonna get an even amount of product. And when you tap it in the skin, it goes on much smoother. So I can show you in the mirror, just starting from the center of your face and using that tapping motion, you're gonna get a nice, even layer of coverage. Tap that into the skin, and it's such a thin, like forgiving type of formula, so you won't feel like it's not blending out or it's looking patchy. It will reflect the light and make your skin look really nice and smooth. So for concealer, I know you like to use concealer underneath your eyes. I'm going to show you how to use color corrector, that way you don't have to use as much concealer. So this over here is the light pink. It's called just pink of the Studio Fix color corrector. So whenever you put concealer on under your eyes, you can take a little bit of this just on like a tiny little brush, and you want to strategically place it. I'll show you in the mirror. just on that lower kind of part of the under eye. This over here is going to counteract any of that darkness that you feel like sometimes comes out in shadows or in photos. And some of this darkness does really hide in this little inner socket here. So I like to press that right on that lower part of the under eye in a thin layer. And you can see already, side by side, that's already brightened your under eye. So even if you really don't have time and you can only like have time to do like skin tint and one other thing, do skin tint and just a little bit of your color corrector, you'll look like I'm ready to go out the door. Yeah.
I'm a sorceress.
Yes, I am. Yes. Here's a very thin texture as well, so it's not going to feel cakey or like gloopy on the under eye.
I'm obsessed with this product.
Yeah, it's so good. It's literally magic.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I kind of thought MAC was just hype. Like I was like, drugstore makeup is similar.
Yeah, until you try.
It's clearly not.
Well, you heard it here first, everyone. MAC is not just about hype. We really are that girl. I'm so interested in MAC products. I was like 4 or 5 years old at the MAC counter with my mom, and I'm like, I really want to work here. And they're like, come back when you're 18. So then I came back when I was 18, and here we are now.
Wow.
Yeah. MAC has always been like for all races, ages, and genders, so it's always been a welcoming space for everyone to feel included, no matter who you are. And I think that's something that's always set us apart from every other makeup brand, because like we did it first before anyone felt like they should, you know, like MAC was always doing that, and that's what I loved about it as well. I like to just take the brush that we use for your base and just kind of tap the edges of where we put the concealer and bring it up under the eyes slightly so that the textures are all harmonious and there's no like harsh line of like demarcation going on. And that way we're prepped for powder. So I know you don't like to or don't want to feel matte, but it is important we set with powder so that the base isn't staying wet and it won't transfer throughout the day. This is our mineralized powder. It's a baked powder and it's designed to just give you that natural skin-like finish, a little bit of blurring, but it's not going to look or feel dry at all. So I load up, this is my favorite brush, it's a 240S brush. I like to load up that brush, and just because we've just smoothed out your under eyes now with that brush, we can go in and you can look up for me and just want to tap that from the lower part of the under eye up, where we set it in place and there's no creasing throughout the day. You also notice side by side, the under eye looks blurred because of the powder, right? This is in the shade medium.
Insane.
Yeah. Just a few, products can really be such a big game changer when you understand like why you're using them and how to use them. It just kind of becomes second nature. And then just with a fluffy brush, using a tapping motion all over the face. That way everything is set. I'm using the same color, medium, so we're just going to kind of keep your skin feeling blurred.
I didn't also know that it could blur.
Yes.
I just thought it would sink into my pores.
So clearly we're loving the strobe line up here. I'm going to show you how to blush and bronze with the strobe liquid bronzer and strobe liquid blush. These are also going to be nice and glowy. They're going to be long wearing and just kind of look like skin. So again, 170S brush does wonders. I just pick some up on that edge of the brush, and then when you look straight ahead in the mirror, you're really gifted because your natural cheekbones are prominent. So you can kind of have that easy guide. You don't have to search for it. Just take the brush that has the bronzer on it, and right at that peak of your cheekbone, you're going to want to tap that on. At first it's going to look really intense. You're going to take the other side that's clean and tap out the edge. And I'll show you a little trick after. So you can take that down the side of the jawline and then right at the temple where the sun would naturally hit. It's going to give you that soft bronzy glow, and then when you're photographed you'll have like definition to your face. You won't feel one-dimensional or pale, and it'll last all day. And you can take your handy dandy brush that you use for your skin tint, and this is what you're going to use to go over the bronzer. That way you're not blending with more of the bronzer that you're trying to sheer out. You're blending with your skin tone, and you're just tapping that right on top. See what I mean?
I noticed the bronzers making me feel stressed out.
Stressed out? What's going on? Why does it stress you out?
I just don't know, like when you put it on and it looks so dark.
You were blending.
And I'm like, what am I doing? Can I do this?
Yeah. Apply, and then this is what I'm saying, take this brush that you use for your skin tint and going on top, it'll make it look much lighter. Yeah.
And why am I doing this?
Because you're not redepositing more bronzer when you're trying to sheer it out.
But I mean in general, so this is so that I look more dimensional.
Yes, you look more dimensional, so you photograph really well, so you don't look too pale. You want to play into that soft kind of bronzy vibe, but also to create balance on the face. If we're doing color on the lip and on the eye, we need to do a little something on the complexion so that it's all harmonious together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a play for me to look good in photos.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. But thank you for opening up to me on that. Like I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with it at all. And you always blend with your complexion brush that doesn't have the shade you're trying to sheer out, your skin tone shade. That way you're not getting too crazy.
I think I've seen some really bad bronzers on people, and I just decided I'll skip it.
Yeah. You don't
That,
want
but this looks good.
And I'm going to stop you in your tracks so you can remember this at home. When you're holding the brush right here, you have so much pressure on that, you're going to like erase your makeup. You actually have more control if you hold it from here, the handlebar. Try holding it from there, like a little wand. Yeah. What I like about the strobe liquid blushes that are also really user friendly is that they're sheer, so you're not going to feel like you went too heavy handed. It's going to blend into the skin really well. Just hold it as far from the bristles as possible, so you just get that very light, effortless touch. And so I'm wrapping it up in this C shape over here. That way the color is right next to your eye color. So with color theory, it's going to make it pop way more.
I never bring my blush up like that. I usually bring it more in and like higher under the eyes. So that looks really different and nice.
Yeah, this placement goes with your vibe that you're going for, but also with your face shape. So this is the shade Sweet Heat. It's an extra dimension shadow, so it's going to be nice and smooth. It's going to have some sheen, but not chunky glitter. It is the one that I'm wearing today on top of my other colors on my eyeshadow look. It gives you a nice elevated look, but it's wearable for every day. It doesn't take so much time for every day either. So I load up a little fluffy brush. This is the 217 brush. And just tap that literally right across the eyelid. Because it's got kind of a sheer base, you don't have to worry too much about the blending of it. You can bring that all over the eyelid and then just right at the crease over here. And this kind of bronze tone plays into the aesthetic you want again, and your eye color as well. Make sure that your makeup lasts you all day and night. You're going to want to use a nice veil of Fix Plus Stay Over. This over here is our Longwear setting spray, so when you mist it on your face, close your eyes for me. Think about your face in sections, left, middle, and right. And that veil of that cooling sensation is going to absorb and put all day. Okay, this is the final look. Tell me, how are we feeling?
Amazing. This is the best makeup I've ever had on my face. The under eye is so different. I just feel great. Thank you very much.
Of course. Do you feel like this is easily achievable for you at home? Do you have any questions about what we did today?
I'm a little stressed out around the bronzer and the eyeliner, but your coaching was amazing. I think I can do it.
Okay, amazing. And it's totally normal, but we voiced it, we talked about it, we worked through it, and you did a great job on the other side. So I'm really proud of you. Yeah.
Corrie's makeup was looking super fabulous, and now it was time to match her hair to her face. Mara at the iconic Petros hair salon knew exactly how to give Corrie this old Hollywood-inspired mystical hairstyle. She parted Corrie's hair on the side and then took small sections using a curling iron and curled away from the face, pulling down, twisting, and then releasing the curl, revealing a tight, bouncy curl similar to that of Marilyn Monroe. She then backcombed and teased Corrie's hair at the crown to create lots of volume.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're amazing.
Okay.
This feels more like my true spirit inside. Being able to come out, that I don't have to put on these dark, serious clothes to be taken seriously, or just like, this is casual, more of a casual look, right? But I feel like me, I feel like how I am inside.
Beautiful. I really did not expect to cry, but oh my god, this project has been a dream come true. And Corrie looks so freaking incredible. And there's been such a huge transformation in her inside and out, and I feel that we've really amplified her inner beauty.
Okay, Corrie, I love this final look. How do you feel?
I love it. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. I feel so different. I just think this is going to elevate me for the rest of my life.
I'm so excited. This is truly your look, your signature powder blue, and it really brings out the eyes. We got the hair that we discussed, everything to really reflect who you truly are.
Totally. I feel bubbly. I feel happy. I feel confident.
Amazing.
I am luxury. I trust my unconventional taste. I'm a trendsetter. I am so confident. I am so magnetic.
Thank you for watching Glamour Magick Makeover. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Give this video a like and subscribe now for more episodes.